Maybe we can be together.
If you tell me about Lucy, I'll give you your freedom.
What?
Lucy.
Oh, Rika, my love.
I know there was another girl on the property, Angus. I saw her.
Where?
In the window of the shed.
Uh-huh. You said that at my trial.
Am I wrong? Am I deluded?
You were jealous.
I was not.
You were jealous. You were jealous of Portia. You were jealous of Lucy.
You have to admit it. You need to disclose what you did with the body.
How do you know she's dead?
Is she?
No.
No.
No deal. If I speak on the record about Lucy, the police will charge me for that crime. I'll end up straight back in here.
So I'm right about her. The night before my 13th birthday, she was there. I heard her voice. She said, "Mommy."
I'll tell you everything when I have a signed affidavit from you.
Everything.
Even the things you don't remember.
What don't I remember?
If you retract your statement, I'll tell you privately where Lucy's buried.
And we're seeing the Reka promos on our TV screens. Tell us more about that. How did this role come about?
Well, I actually auditioned for this role in 2018, and then eventually we ended up making it in 2020 during a lockdown. I was definitely on the lookout for a project. As you know, I did, like you said, I did The Minion, I did The Flash, and I was on the lookout for something South African to do, and then Reka came along. It was just a really nice fit for me, I think.
What is this role all about, though? Just give us a brief synopsis.
A quick brief. Reka is about a broken but brilliant criminal profiler on the hunt for a brutal serial killer in the cane fields of KwaZulu-Natal. She then also has this crazy past where at the age of 12 years old, she was kidnapped by a man called Speelman, who was a banana farmer. And he then holds her captive for a few years and then she escapes. She then obviously becomes a profiler, and while she's busy trying to investigate these evil murders happening in KwaZulu-Natal, she is somehow sucked back into her past.
Sure. Let's talk about working alongside British actor Iain Glen. And I hear that you were very nervous about it.
I was. I think it's just natural. You know what I mean? I think if you appreciate an actor and you love an actor, obviously, if you are in the midst of them, you will feel a little bit nervous. Yeah, and he's such an open person that you can basically just be yourself. I think it was a really rewarding experience for me. He was very, very open and very honest and willing to run lines, and he had like zero airs and graces about him, and just a really warm person that loves to work, loves to get dirty, loves the craft, loves South Africa, loved being here. He'd worked here before. And I think he'll continue to do so.
She is Reka Gama herself. Please welcome the incredible Kim Engelbrecht. Oh my gosh. You are just magic. I got obviously everyone got to see the very first episode of Reka, a very, very, I imagine, difficult story to tell for you personally, because there's so many parts to it, right? There's Reka's personal issues, and then there's a story that she's dealing with a serial killer who's on the loose that she has to find. And in the last episode, the first episode, we got to see how dark all of this actually is. Talk us through the process of getting ready to play Reka.
Firstly, like intrinsically, hi, how are you?
Hi.
Firstly, like Reka is basically three stories, like you said. It's a cop drama, number one, about a criminal profiler on the hunt for a serial killer in KwaZulu-Natal. And then it's a family drama about a daughter trying to have a relationship with her mom, and also Reka trying to have a daughter with her daughter, who is the exact same age as she was when she was taken. And then the third story is her trying to have some sort of a weird, obsessive kind of rekindling of a relationship with the person that took her when she was 12 years old. Yeah. So it's like, so it's procedural, it's family drama, and then there's this strange, convoluted, odd love story on the backdrop of all of that.
Yeah, very odd. Which actually brings me to my next question. I think I read somewhere that you said meeting Iain Glen was you were a little bit starstruck the first time you met him. What was it like playing with him as Speelman?
I think at the beginning, I think anybody would be starstruck. You know, everybody watched Game of Thrones, and
Yeah.
you have respect for this actor, and he's all the way overseas, and now he's in South Africa. You know, I think you just become like a little bit of a child when you meet somebody that you've watched for so many seasons on TV. You know, and then eventually working with him, it was just so lovely. You know, he kind of like. I found out everything about him, like his life, his career. I was just really fascinated with him. And also I was really fascinated with his drive and his ability to continue acting for so many years and still be so immersed and so like 100% available when he was able to do his scenes. I asked him, I remember on our last day, like, why does he, well, okay, what do you want to ask? What do you want to say?
No, continue.
I can see you wanted to say that. I was asking him, like, how does he keep doing it? It was an intense scene and he was on the, I don't want to give anything away, but it was an intense, heavy physical scene. And I was like, why do you keep doing this? Like, you know what I mean? You're a respectable person. Why do you put yourself through this? Like, it's emotional torture. It's draining.
And what was his answer?
He was saying, he was basically in a nutshell saying that everybody was there for a reason, you know? The lighting department spent all of those hours designing it. You know, the directors there perfecting everything. The writers spent years to write it. You know, so all you need to do is you need to arrive. It's all kind of like, you know, for you.
It's a show coming together for you and for you to perform. He was really down to earth. I mean, on sets, I saw him walking just barefoot, just randomly walking barefoot. And you think somebody of his stature would behave differently. And it was beautiful to watch.
Well, we are loving seeing all the work that you've been working on, including that made a premiere at the Monte Carlo Television Festival, Reka. How was that experience for you?
That was incredible, just to be seen by the rest of the world, to be seen by the international public, you know what I mean? It's in its 60th year, the Monte Carlo TV Festival. Just to premiere on that scale was insane. I wish we could have gone.
I know, it would have been so cool if you could have been there.
Yeah, well, we did it satellite, via satellite. We did it via
As
Zoom.
everyone has had to adapt, what was it like working with Iain Glen?
Incredible. I mean, I don't think anybody can say anything negative about him. He's amazing and he's incredible. I remember I was so nervous meeting him.
He seems so intense. All of the roles
I mean,
he plays
I'm a
is just
huge.
so like,
I mean, I'm sure you're a Game of Thrones fan, and you've
exactly.
seen him in that role. And just to be told that I was gonna work with him was incredible. And then, you know, working with him in the flesh was great. But he was very generous. You know, he was like, okay, we're gonna learn some lines. And he was cool to learn lines and go over the character. He loved the character, and he really immersed himself in. It's a very dark and twisted character that he plays. But I don't think anybody could have done it the way that he did it.